pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Welcome, everybody. My name's Ted Asherman, currently on the Falmouth Town Council. First, I would like to acknowledge the gentleman from the American Legion, Post 164. You're sharp as ever. Appreciate it. And Elena Balzano, what a terrific rendition of the National Anthem. Elena's a 2018 Falmouth grad, so that's really kind of neat, and staying local and going to USM. And on my right is Teresa Purse, who will have some, she's a past Falmouth Town Councilor, she's our own, and she's also our state representative. And appreciate you being here. You can have a few remarks in a moment or two. Thanks. No, you didn't get rid of me that easy.
Better sit down then.
I'm proud to join Governor Mills, who is traveling the state, doing the same thing, and the Maine Bicentennial Commission and other communities across the state. Many ceremonies are going on today. Kicking off 200 years of Maine statehood. Some of you may be wondering, well, I thought Maine became a state in 1820 and not 1819. Well, I think last Friday was the 26th of June was when the state of Maine voted to separate from Massachusetts. Apparently the culmination of 35 years of lobbying by the separationist group, which was led by our first governor, William King. It was an overwhelming vote in the state, and true to form, Falmouth, it was an overwhelming vote of, look at my notes here, 136 yeas to 35 nays to separate from the state of Massachusetts. It's kind of unusual, and doesn't happen very often, that a town can celebrate a tercentennial and then a few months later a bicentennial. Probably won't happen again in any of our lifetimes. Probably will never happen again. But it allows us to continue to reflect back on Falmouth's story, which is not unlike the state of Maine, asserting our independence and separating the state from Massachusetts and Falmouth from Portland. The Falmouth is planning on a bunch of different bicentennial activities consistent with the tercentennial theme that we had last year, which was honor the past, celebrate the present, and invest in the future. Which is not surprising, it aligns quite similarly with the Bicentennial Commission goals of building community, engaging youth and young adults, and creating a legacy for our future. Before I finish, I would like to, and I meant to in the beginning, recognize Julie Rabinowitz, who is here, who is also, she is on the Bicentennial Commission, and I appreciate you being here, Julie. Thank you. And also recognize our folks from Falmouth EMS who turned out today in what don't look like very cool outfits today. So I urge you to take advantage of this year's bicentennial events, whether they be local or statewide. Explore and learn more about the state of Maine. Expand your community, whether it be statewide or local, and create new traditions. Thank you very much. Teresa?
Thank you so much for inviting me here today. I'm delighted to be part of this. No one wore the tercentennial pin more proudly than I up at the State House the entire year, and now I have a bicentennial pin as well. As we begin to celebrate the year ahead, I just want to make a couple dates aware to you. The Statehood Date is actually March 15th of 2020. That's the official day we became a state. And that'll be marked by a lot of commemorative activities all throughout the state. And then through the course of the year, much like we did here, in fact, we shared what we did here with the commission because we were so proud of the work that was done on the tercentennial that you'll see a lot of similarities around the state as we move forward. And then in October, let me get the dates right, the closing weekend, the 10th, 2020, that'll sort of wrap up the year with a time capsule across the state. We're going to do a lot of things and do a lot of work to celebrate who we are and where we're headed and where we've come from. And I couldn't be more excited about it. One of the big projects will be planting the white pine across the street for the across the state for the next generation. That's our tree, so that we can repopulate that and move forward. There'll be a lot of work with nonprofits, a lot of work with schools, a lot of work just celebrating who we are, where we came from, and where we're headed. So thank you for being here. I'm always so proud to do anything in Falmouth. I miss the town hall as my time as town councilor, and delighted to be here today. So thank you. Maine200.org is where you can find a lot of great information, and I encourage you to go do that. And thank you for coming today. I appreciate it.
And that concludes. So aren't you delighted? We kept it short.